We celebrate our nation's independence. We reflect back upon where our nation has been and where our nation is going. And we discover that as new generations come along, we don't really understand what our fathers have built for us in this nation. And discouraged by corrupt politicians, a sagging economy, and war, we find ourselves not being patriotic about our nation. We find ourselves not in love of our nation. Perhaps because we don't understand what our forefathers went through. We've never been through a Great Depression. We've never been through a world war. We've seen the way the world hates us, and we aren't sure we really like ourselves either. We're not really proud to be Americans, so to speak. I'm out here to tell you that we should be patriotic about being Americans. I just thought this would be a good opportunity to think about the fact that we do live in a world that is marred by sin, that is corrupted by the sin in this world, that death has hold over our nation. Our nation is not indestructible. Our nation is not incorruptible. Our nation, like many other nations before it, is made up of sinful people. Was founded by sinful people. But you see, the writer of Hebrews sees something that we don't necessarily see in the Old Testament. He sees that even the legends of Judaism, the Jewish heroes, weren't just looking forward to the nation of Israel becoming born and becoming great. They were actually looking forward to a time when God would redeem Israel and would fulfill all of his promises. A time when God would institute a heavenly nation, a heavenly Israel, and that he would become the builder and architect of an eternal city. A time when he would be done with sin and death and decay that we find in this world. A time when Christ would reign as king. A time when Jerusalem would become great, and there would be no more tears and no more sorrow, and that pain and suffering would be gone. A time when Israel would be fully realized as a nation of God.
Lately come where death and darkness reign. To seek I knew I better home where we our rest shall gain. Their sin and sorrow cease, and every conflict's o'er. There we shall dwell in endless peace and never hunger more. Jerusalem, our happy home, would God I were in thee. Would God my woes were at an end, thy joy that I might see. We soon shall join the throne, the pleasures we shall share, and sing the everlasting song with all the ransom there. Jerusalem, our happy home, would God I were in thee. Would God my woes were at an end, thy joy that I might see. in celestial strains, enraptured myriad sing. Their love in every bosom reigns, for God himself is king. Jerusalem,